and empathy. A lot of courage to come up here. So, our third speaker is see, there's my own fuck. She had a pet mouse named Snake. She was in a band called Rock Bottom. I like that. Rock Bottom. And she was a part of a Techstars in Germany for her startup. Please help me welcome to the stage Eropa Stein. Woo! Where are you? Oh, there we go.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.
There you go.
So this goes like that? Okay. All right. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Eropa, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about my background, my story, and then something I've learned. So after graduating from undergrad, I wanted to do my master's and realized I was dead broke, had no money, and so I realized I needed to get a job for about a year or two and actually have a little bit of savings. If I could pay for my master's, that would be good, but just have a little bit of comfort room to breathe. And so I actually studied psychology, and you try getting a job in psychology with an undergrad, it's near impossible. I mean, I can't go giving prescriptions out or doing anything, sit on my couch and talk for free maybe, but I can't get a job. So that was a tough lesson in the first few weeks of job hunting. And so I decided that maybe I would try the next best thing. And I was thinking of HR at the time because my thesis in undergrad was in industrial organization, and I focused on motivation and employee burnout. So HR seemed like a good fit. And so I landed on a job at Toronto's largest event staffing firm in HR as the HR manager. And it was there that I quickly learned all the inefficiencies of the industry, or most of them at the time. I quickly learned that these agencies were 100% super traditional with zero technology. Everything was really, really, really manual, and they were extremely expensive. So a little bit of background with event staffing. These are agencies that provide event staff, so servers and bartenders, to hotels, and specifically banquet managers call them up for this. They charge an arm and a leg, so they charge $30 to $35 a head per person and paid staff close to minimum wage. So the quality of the staff definitely suffered. And there was nothing really in place at the time that kind of tackled this. I was in HR, as I mentioned, and so I was in the perfect position to hear all the complaints from the staff side and from the organizer side. And I definitely became friends with some of the banquet managers, and they called me up saying, "Eropa, what is going on? Why am I paying such high prices for such low quality staff?" And I didn't know what to tell them at the time. I mean, what am I supposed to say, that they were paying premium prices for staff who were getting paid minimum wage, or that we really didn't know who we were sending to the events because we just literally emailed out 1,000 people hoping 20 would respond to those shifts, or we would call them manually for 10 hours straight hoping that they would show up. Couldn't tell them that at all. So I thought this can't be happening, but it was, and I decided to do something about it. So I started a company called Hyre, an online marketplace. We directly connect between these banquet managers and event staff, and we do this all online. And organizers, they post, people pick them up, they're rated to ensure high quality, and because it's all automatic, we can charge much less to our clients, and our staff get paid much more. Our margins are razor thin. I mean, we're not making money, but that's how it is. But people are happier, I guess. And so I started selling the product, and within the first few weeks, we landed on a few major clients, and decided that it was at this time that I could not handle this alone, and I definitely had to ramp up fast and grow the team so I could focus on the business, and I decided that I need to hire. Yeah. And maybe I would be good at it because I started a company on it, but no. And so I I decided to hire, and I needed someone to focus on staff management and client relationships. And I thought I landed on the perfect candidate. She had a diploma in event management and in business. I thought she was amazing. I gave her like tests during the interview. She did all the marketing plan. Like, this person was a star. And I hired her, and we trained her for a few weeks. And everything was like laid out for her what to do. It was really systematic at the time, so it was not a difficult job. I had to go for 2 weeks right after hiring her. After we trained her, I had to go on a business trip, and I thought it should be fine. like, she has everything she needs. Gave her all the resources. It'd be great. I came back to this. She was horrible. I can't, like, there is nothing other than she was just horrible. She came in late every day. She left early in a startup, and during the busiest time of the year. It was like November, December. I don't know if you know events, but like, it's crazy right now. She ignored clients' calls and emails, and didn't talk to staff. She was rude. We had constant complaints about how she was just incompetent. And a client actually called me when I was away, when I was in a different country, and threatened us that they were going to leave because, I mean, we promised all this great customer service and it was great, and they had her for a few weeks. So we were walking on thin ice when I came back. And so I decided that it was definitely time to cut the cord. So I mean, I fired a few people in the past, but like, never really for my own company. So it was a little stressful, and I got my friend to sit in with me, because you're supposed to get a third person. You are supposed to get a third person, but just in case something happens, you want someone in the room, just so you know. So I sat her down, and I said, okay, it's been nice, but we're going to have to let you go. No hard feelings. I wish you best of luck. Let's just part ways. Today's your last day. Don't come tomorrow. And she said, well, like, no, you're paying me for the next 2 weeks, right? And I was just flabbergasted. I mean, what do you mean I'm paying you? You've only been here for a few weeks, and I have cause, and I have documents, and like, you're definitely not going to be paid for these 2 weeks. And she said, well, you don't have anything about a probation period in the contract, and in the contract says 2 weeks notice. And so I was like, oh, fucked up. This sucks. What do I do? I decided out of spite that I don't want to pay her for 2 weeks of just vacation. I didn't like her at the time, and I'm sure she very much didn't like me. And so we decided to pay her for the 2 weeks, but she had to come in every day. Like, it was like we had a sign-in sheet. She would literally sign in and sign out. We didn't give her any access to emails or computer or phone or list. Like, it was pretty bad. and yeah, it was like a kindergarten, and like, wait till I tell you what she did for the 2 weeks. She literally sat in the corner every day, and I gave her a stack of Christmas cards with stickers and different colored pens, and her task was to write Christmas thank you cards and Christmas cards to every single staff on the platform and organizer, so hundreds of cards for 2 weeks with stickers, and she had to customize everything, and it was interesting. By the end of the day, we were kind of laughing, haha, like, you're still here writing Christmas cards, but it was super awkward, definitely awkward when like someone hates you over there, or, like, sitting beside you every day, and you're like, good morning, good afternoon, how are those cards going? And yeah, so that was awkward. But yeah, so that was that, and she finally left. Well, we had to, like, it was like over Christmas, so like, I definitely paid her for a day she didn't work, but whatever, that's her Christmas present. And that was like the the fuck up in the early days. I've had many more, but that was like one that I think would resonate because like it's super important, and I think it happens a lot to a lot of people. The two main things I learned from this fuck up or three main things. One, hire slow, fire fast. Like I hired her within a few days. I mean, we did go through due diligence, I thought, like through some tests and everything, but we definitely hired her too fast, and firing was obviously a pain. And read your contract. So the issue with her contract, why she had that clause in it, was because I actually hired someone before her that interned with me for a while, and she was unbelievably amazing. And so I took out the probation period clause for her, and I forgot to put it back. So read your contract and make sure you know what you're signing, and like they're very important. And and so that one, and then also like a resume says a little like I don't really believe in resumes, not for this reason, for many reasons, but I think like the job performance is the most important thing, and you should rely on like how they were at even with projects or their personal things. And yeah, it's those three main things that I learned. And right now, I'm really happy. These are my team members. They're in the crowd here somewhere. Can't see them. But they're awesome. They actually care about the company. And this is us at a potluck. We at a Deep's house. And they're amazing. They're there till midnight most days, like last night. We're all on Slack at midnight talking and trying to get stuff done. And we all know it's like a common goal that we want to succeed, and it's about all of us. And you need those kinds of people in your team, on your team. Thank you.
Thank you, Eropa.